everybody, a very warm welcome to you to February's Spotlight Stamping class. For the month of February, I have used the Hooray for Surprises bundle, which features this lovely stamp set. And I'm going to be sharing 4 cards over the next 4 weeks, very different designs, different ways that you can use the stamp set and incorporating some of the dies as well. These products are available to purchase through my online store. You can find that at staceymarsh.co.uk, and all of the product details that I've used for this card are included in the description below. As always, anything that I share, please feel free to comment along. Please feel free to create your own versions of the cards and share them back to me on social media. And if you're following along at home with kits, I do hope you enjoy putting the cards together. So for card number 1, I have created this little card, and I've based this around, actually the whole suite is based around, the whole set of cards is based around the same colours. And the colours I've gone for this time, we have Flirty Flamingo, Highland Heather, Lemon Lolly, Soft Seafoam, and a little bit of Coastal Cabana. So really bright colours, some of my favourite colours, and I'm really pleased with how the cards have turned out. So for this card, I have done a little bit of embossing. I don't know about you, but I'm really guilty of forgetting about my embossing folders. So I've used one of my favourite ones on this card. It's a little bit of an aperture style card, and I'm going to share with you how I created that aperture with the die cut heart behind it. And I've kept it really simple with just a little bit of layering with the dies and a really nice sentiment. You could use this card for any occasion, birthdays, someone who's done something well, something that they need to be celebrated, or just a little note of gratitude to someone. So for this card, if you're following along at home, you will need envelope number 1. And in envelope number 1, you will have a card base. The card base is cut from thick, basic white card to just give that a nice little crease with your bone folder. You will have a piece of Flirty Flamingo card. Yours will already be embossed and die cut, but I'm going to show you how I created that. You will have a layer of white. The white piece that is the same size as your pink piece is for the inside of your card. And then you will have a smaller piece. It's just ever so slightly smaller. And that's what we're going to use to create this aperture with. You will have a little banner of white. That's for your sentiment. And you will have some die cut leaves and flowers. Okay, so that's what you will have in your kit. So let's create our aperture first. Now, what's really important when you are die cutting and embossing at the same time is that you do all your die cutting first. I didn't on this, and it squashed my embossing. You still can see it a little bit, but the one I'm going to show you now will be more detailed. Okay, so in the dies, you have these 2 heart dies. They layer together beautifully, and we're going to use that on a card a bit later. But for this one, you are just going to need, for the pink layer, this heart outline die. Okay, let's put those pieces to one side. Bring my die machine in. Excuse my plates, they've been really well used because I've been preparing kits. So you're going to lay your heart, mine's pretty much in the center of that card, just in the, oh, you can't even see it. Lay your heart in the middle of your card, and you're going to just roll that through. Okay. That will leave you with this little heart shape. Now, I've used that in a kit a bit later on, and your die cut aperture. Now you're going to bring in your embossing folder, pop that in, use the right plates, and roll that through as well. So that's how to get an embossed and die cut piece of card. Die cut first, emboss second. This embossing folder is just beautiful. So there's that. Okay. So you can see, if I hold this up to the camera a little bit, you can see the difference. So this is where I embossed second, this piece here. It's really detailed. This one here is the piece I embossed first. So don't do your embossing first. Take a note from me. Now you're going to bring in your piece of white. Bring in your piece of white and you're going to line that up so that that piece of white sits exactly in the background. So exactly in the middle of that piece of pink. Pop that on your plate. Washi tape off, you don't need that. And then lay your heart in the centre. So you know that heart is going to be exactly where we need it. Take off the piece of pink. And then I'm going to just secure my heart to my white. Okay. And then run that through the machine. So that will give you your nice dotty heart on the white. And then if you bring this back in, it's exactly where we need it to be. There we go. So stick that down. I'm going to put my glue just on the back of this pink. Line it up. And there we go, that's your aperture. Okay, you can now stick that down to your card front. Make sure it's in the right way, it's in the right direction. There we go. So that looks lovely. Okay, then all we've got left to do is to layer on our die cut pieces. So I'm just going to pop out these little stubborn dots. With my pick tool. And then what I like to do with these flowers, before I stick them on, I'm just going to add a little bit of shape to them. Just curl it with your lid of your glue. Okay. And then stick them on. So those are my flowers, and then pop your little leaves in underneath. Like so. And then we'll stamp our sentiment, okay? So all my stamping in these videos are going to be done with basic grey. And I'm stamping "You Are Simply Amazing." Stamp that in the centre, just try and get it straight. Yep, that's good. And that I'm going to stick to my card with some foam pads for some height. But before I do that, I'm going to trim it down ever so slightly. Some little foam pads. I'm going to use these black ones. I've only got black mini ones on my desk at the moment. They're fine. Pop that about there. So that is my card front, all done. All I've got left to do is to pop my inner piece in, and it's just to add a little bit of strength to your card. Like so. And there we have it, card number 1 all finished. Do let me know what you think in the comments. For card number 2, I'll be sharing that at 2 o'clock next Tuesday. Card number 2 looks a little bit like this. So I've used the candle stamps. I've used one of the sentiment, and then I'm also going to share a really fun technique to do in the background. And then we've got some of this beautiful silver trim, which makes the card look really special. So that's it from me. As always, if you don't already subscribe, do hit subscribe. You'll be notified of future tutorials before they happen. And that's it from me, guys. So have a great week, and I look forward to you all joining me next week. Bye for now.